The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 16th chapter, text number 25, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on January 21st, 1974, in Hawaii.
Translation. The earthly deity, in the form of a cow, thus replied to the personality of religious principles, in the form of a bull, O Dharma, whatever you have inquired from me shall be known to you. I shall try to reply to all those questions. Once you too were maintained by your 4 legs, and increased happiness all over the universe by the mercy of the Lord.
Bhavan Veda Tatsarvam Janmang Dharmanupuchis. So, Dharmaraj, Jamaraj, is one of the 12 authorized persons for maintaining properly the human civilization. The principle is dharma. Dharma means not a religious sentiment. Dharma means occupation and duty. Everyone has got some occupation and duty. So, dharma hi sakshat bhagavat pranitam. That occupational duty is assigned by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Tena taktena bhunjitha. Actually, the dharma principle, as we learn from Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam. Don't manufacture your principle of religion, concoct them. That is the difficulty. Dharma means sakshat bhagat pranita. We have several times explained this, that dharma means, dharma as it is translated in English, religion. Religion means to obey the laws of God. That is religion. Not a sentimental system of religious system we manufacture. That kind of dharma will not help us. Therefore, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the beginning, it is said, dharma projita koitavatra. Cheating type of religious system is kicked out. That is Bhagavata. No cheating. In the name of cheating and dharma, religious principle, that will not help the human civilization. The real dharma is stated by God Himself. Dharmantu sakshat bhagavat pranita. You haven't got to learn from anywhere else, but from God Himself. So that is explained very nicely in the Bhagavad Gita. Sarva dharman parityajya. To surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is religion. Not only surrender, but to act as He desires. Or you become a lover of God. That is first class religion. We have several times explained. Savai pungsang paro dharma jato bhakti radhokhaji. That type of religion is first class, which teaches you how to become a lover of God. If you become lover, then your life is success. Then you will do everything for God. Otherwise, you simply question, why shall I do that? Why shall I do that? Why shall I? That means there is no love. That is training. Just like a novice is being trained up and he has no love, so he will question, why shall I do it? Why shall I do it? Why shall I do it? What benefit I shall get? So many questions will be there. But when there is love, there is no question. So, therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita, after teaching so many things, yoga, jnana, karma, and so many other things, at last, Krishna says, Sarva Guhyatamam. Now I am speaking to you the most confidential instruction. What is that? Sarva dharma parityajya mamekam sarva. This is the most confident. So, generally, a human being accepts four principles, namely dharma, artha, kam, moksha. Dharma, artha, kam. Dharma means religious principle. Artha means economic principle, how to develop economic principle. Dharma, kama, how to satisfy our senses, and moksha, and ultimately salvation. But this is material principles. We have to surpass this material principle, then come to the spiritual platform. That is sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sarva. Sarvadharman, this is also dharma. So just like people are engaged formally. Their temple church is sometimes simply formality. Their real business is how to satisfy their senses. If for satisfying my senses I'll have to pose myself as a religious person, so let me do that. That is their religion. But that is not religion. Real religion is no sense satisfaction simply to satisfy the Supreme Lord. That is real religion. Therefore he says, Bhavan hi Veda tat sarvam. So as somebody, anything, they require four legs, just like this platform. It has got four legs. An animal stands on four legs. Anything, it requires four pillars. So, to remain steadily on the platform of dharma, these four legs require dharma, artha, kama. If I simply remain engaged in religious principle, nobody is engaged but to get food, because food also is required. So, therefore, not only religious principle, there must be economic development attempt also. But not one man so. We should divide our society in such a way that somebody, some group of men is engaged in studying the dharma principle and spreading it. Just like we have taken the principle generally to spread what is meant by real dharma. That is the business of the Brahman. And similarly, some group of men should be Kshatriya for ruling over. Unless there is discipline, ruling, everything will be chaos. The government must be there. The principle of directors must be there. So, dharma, artha, kama. And we must live peacefully. Our senses should not disturb us, because we have got senses, they want satisfaction. So we must give food them also, senses. Dharma, artha, kama and moksha. But ultimate goal is how to get out of this material existence. This is four principles. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. and moksha by the impersonalist. Their moksha and real moksha means liberation. Liberation means to get out of this material existence. People do not understand what is moksha, what is economic development, what is religious principle. There is no education. So unless there is sufficient education on this principle, dharma, artha, kam, moksha, you cannot have peaceful life in human society. That is not. That is animal society. Dharmena hina pasubhi samana. If there is no principles of life, that is animal society. Unfortunately, at the present moment, the education is simply for sense gratification. That is animalistic education. Therefore, in spite of advancement of so many things, people are not happy. People are not happy. Here it is said, Chaturdhi Vartase Jena Padoi Loko Sukhavahai. Sukhavahai. Sukha means happiness. If you want to increase happiness, everyone wants to become happy, that is the highest principle. Attantik dukkha, the whole struggle is going on to minimize our miseries and to increase our happiness. That is our attempt. Everyone is working for that. Attantik dukkha nibbitti. Dukkha means unhappiness. And attantik means ultimate. So people do not understand that what is that ultimate happiness. Ultimate happiness is there. Now there is no dukkha. There is no unhappiness. That is ultimate happiness. If you study whatever happiness we are trying to establish, there is unhappiness also. It is not unmixed. It is mixed. There is economic development. Just in the modern age, if any man wants to become a rich man, he has to first of all accept unhappiness, to work very hard day and night. Then he can get some money. Then engaging that money for increasing further money, Then one day he may be millionaire. So that millionaire to become, that is also not undisturbed happiness. How to keep the money, how to invest it. So here in the material world, as we are engaged, unalloyed and unhappiness is not possible. But if you actually want unalloyed happiness, then you have to be advanced in spiritual consciousness. Unalloyed. Attantik dukkha nibbitti. Attantik means ultimate, and dukkha means unhappiness. Attantik dukkha nibbitti. Nibbitti means finish. So people do not see what is that attantik dukkha nibbitti. What is that ultimate disappearance of unhappiness? That they do not know. So many things they do not know. Therefore, it requires education. Education means knowledge, to get knowledge. And the Vedic direction is that if you want really knowledge, then tad vijnanartham sa gurumeva avigachet. One has to go to the guru or the spiritual master. Gurum eva avigachet. One must go. There is no alternative. Nobody can say that without going to the guru we can become happy. That is not possible according to Vedic principle. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, although he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he accepted Guru. Krishna, the Supreme Personality, he accepted Guru. So that is our Vedic principle. The beginning of Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Evam parampara praptam imam rajarsayo vidu. Even Rajarsi means great saintly kings. They also accepted predecessor, Guru. Imam vivasati yogam pratyamanaham abhayam vivasyan manaviprahu manu ikha kavibram. Everything is there. So, if we actually want to be happy, then we should not live like animals, without any restriction, without any, even in your state, just to keep proper management of the state. There are so many laws. Even as soon as you go on the street, you see there is state law immediately. Keep to the right. Discipline must be there. That is dharma, discipline. To abide by the state laws, there must be some discipline. Similarly, to make yourself advance to spiritual life, you must have to observe the discipline. Without discipline, it is not possible. Adu Gurvasram. Therefore, Rupa Goswami says in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, so discipline means one who observes discipline, he is called disciple. Everyone knows it. Disciple means one who observes discipline. If one does not observe discipline, then he is not a disciple. And one who is not a disciple, his life is chaotic. He cannot be happy. Therefore Veda says that you must accept a bona fide guru and become disciplined under his instruction. Then you will know the higher system of knowledge, the necessity of life, and thus you become happy. So here it is said that Chaturdhi jena padri loko sukhavoi. Without discipline, without proper understanding of the four principles of life, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, nobody can become happy. Therefore, it is said there that you know everything. Bhamani veda tassarvam janmang dharman vichasi chatudbhi bhattase jena padi loka sukhavai. Then next.
Satyam. Satyam. Truthfulness. Truthfulness. Shocham.
These things are all mentioned. How the human society can be peaceful and progressive. These are the qualifications. Not like animal like jumping all day and night. Here in Hawaii we see that children and elderly person also, the whole day and night simply jumping in the sea. Someone is swimming, somebody is doing something else, somebody is swimming. How they are wasting time. But they have taken it. This is civilization. This is civilization. Human life is so important. So many things are to be learned. Neither in the school, college, educational institution, society, nothing of this sort. Just like a dog is also jumping, a man is also jumping. This is going on. But that is not civilization. Real civilization means these things are to be acquired in real life, personal life. Then that is civilization. Now these are mentioned one after another. Read.
Satyam. Satyam. Truthfulness. Truthfulness. Shocham. Shocham. Cleanliness.
Now, truthfulness is nowadays is a matter of dream only. There is no truthfulness. Everyone is, beginning from the president and down to the ordinary man in the street, nobody is truthful. Now the president in your country is being questioned so many ways because he has proved himself. So this is a forgotten story, truthfulness. That is Brahminical qualification. All these qualifications are mentioned. It is not possible to acquire all the qualities by one man. That is not possible. Just like we divide if there is something to be done, we divide the task. Mister, you do this. You do this, you do this. Similarly, all these qualities must be divided among the whole population. Therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita, we have got the direction from the Supreme Lord. Chatur Varnangamaya system guna karma vibhag. One man cannot be. Suppose a businessman. He cannot become strictly truthful. That is not possible. A politician, he cannot become actually truthful. Then the whole business will be spoiled. Everyone, suppose you go to a store, the storekeeper says, "Oh, you are my dear friend, I will not take any profit from you. I will give you at cost price. You take it." So you believe. But actually, how it is possible to give at cost price? How will you maintain the business establishment? I know that he is speaking untruth. Still, I accept. Oh, he is very truthful. So there are so many things. The first thing is truth. Therefore, then truthfulness has to be rejected? No. Another class, the Brahman class, he must be truthful. The ideal must be there. Just like in the university educational department, there is law department. It is not that the whole population of the state become lawyers. No. A section of the people may be lawyers. Another section may be other engineer, medical man. So all these qualifications must remain there, just like educational system. Here is law class, here is botany class, here is chemist class. Whatever you are prepared to accept, you can accept. But these qualities must be there. Not that because it is impossible to become truthful, therefore truthfulness should be rejected altogether. No. One section must be there. That is the qualification of a Brahman, Sattva Samadama Titikha, Arjava. But these qualities must be there in the society, somewhere or other, and they should cooperate. That is the perfection of society. Go on.
Shocham, cleanliness. Daya, intolerance of others' unhappiness. Shanti, self-control, even if there is cause of anger.
Daya, one must be merciful. Daya means when a man is suffering, a fellow man, another fellow man must feel for it. That is called daya. There are two things, daya and seva. Seva means to give service to the superior, and daya means to give service to the inferior. Both of them are service. Daya means a man is suffering, he is in helpless condition, just like in a hospital. Those who are patients, who are diseased, they go to the hospital. There is also seva. The nurse is serving, the doctor is serving. But that is not seva. That is called daya. He is not obliged. But out of his compassion, he is giving service to the patient. That is called daya. And seva means superior. Just like spiritual master. Sevaya, tad vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya. Because the Vedic injunction is that you must go to a spiritual master. Tad vijnanartham sa guru meva avigached. Avigached means must. There is no alternative. If you are actually interested in transcendental knowledge, tad vijnanam. Tad vijnanam means transcendental knowledge. Athata Brahma Jigyasa, and the human life is meant for Tad Vijnanam, to understand. So Tad Vijnanartham, so Gurum eva abhigachet. So there, how to learn from Guru, that is also stated. Tad Vidhi, try to learn from him. Tad Vidhi pranipatena. First of all, surrender yourself. You cannot go to any person for learning anything where there is no sense of surrender. I accept a guru, but in my mind I remain independent. Why should I abide by the orders of guru? That means there is no surrender. There is no surrender. It is false. It is just to satisfy some motive. But that will not help. If you have got any duplicity in your mind, then you will never be successful in any field of activities. So the process is tad vidhi pranipatena, must be surrender. Pranipat means prakishta rupena nipat. And therefore, unless you find somebody where you can fully surrender, don't accept Guru. That is cheating. Unless you are fully confident that I am surrendering to this person, he is superior to me, he can give proper knowledge. So therefore the process is, before accepting a Guru, one must hear him at least for 1 year. And when he is convinced that here is actually a Guru who can teach me, then you accept him. Thank you very much.